What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? I'm coming on here before I do a private live. So I'm coming on here to do a little Q&A today for about 30 minutes. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. I think I'm gonna have to put a fan in here. It is so hot. Could be all these lights though. All right, y'all, come on in the room. Come on in the room, y'all. We are talking about EdTech questions today. I have a little time before I do a private live with my small community. So I'm just popping in and doing Q&As today just for y'all. Like I said, my private group, we got a session going on tonight. So I decided to bless y'all and answer some questions and go into anything that has to do with EdTech or pivoting questions, anything like that. I'm just going to make myself available for about 20 minutes and knock it out. If you don't know who I am Derreka the Diva of Education, and I was an AP teacher, coach, instructional coach, all the things, and then I transitioned into the world of EdTech, and I basically give you guys insight on how you can do the same thing. So today I am literally just coming on here, dropping gems, and then going along my way. Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday. I hope you guys had an amazing week. I have been suffering with allergies and almost clocked out today, but I am still here. So one thing I will say about the world of EdTech is it's a stark difference from the world of education. I have so many people that I've talked to that want to get into this space, and once I tell them how this space operates, their mind is completely blown. So EdTech is literally tech. So, it's a very relaxed atmosphere. You have to do your job, get everything done, but for the most part, chef's kiss. We love it over here, and it is super dope. So that's why I decided to come in on a Good Friday and answer some questions for y'all. So let's get this thing started. When it comes to EdTech, I think the biggest thing that I'm seeing right now that people are really struggling with is their resume and then just knowing where to get started. I literally did a one-on-one this week with somebody, and their resume was crazy. Resume was absolutely crazy. But they had all of the experience that they needed, all the years, everything like that. They had everything they needed to get started and to be amazing in this field. They just didn't have that thing that they needed for the tech world to see what it really is. So that's why I do this. I come in, I do this stuff for the free, and I come in and I give y'all gems on how to pivot into EdTech, and then also give you insight into the world of EdTech as a Black girl that's out here doing it. I will say I do this to advocate for us because it's not a lot of us in this space, and it's not because we don't belong. It's literally because a lot of educators are afraid to take a chance. So a little background about me. Started in education, was in education, K-12, 15 years, did all the things. I was a teacher, math teacher, instructional coach, actual coach. And then I worked with a small EdTech company, and I miss you, high school scary. Yeah. So that just proves that I really was in the education space. Hey, sweetheart, how are you doing? And then I moved on as an AP. And then after being an assistant principal for about 5 years, I was like, I am done. So I pivoted to EdTech, and I love it here. Lately, what I've been doing is making sure educators have a chance to really know like all the things and the benefits that comes with being in EdTech. I have a small private community to where you can join. And literally, it's like a small group session. You get to ask me anything. We work on things one-on-one. And the ultimate goal of that group is to have a community and to help you get on the EdTech side. So shout out to all my people who have joined the community. I also have free downloadables for you guys. Get those free downloadables. I just added an interview bundle. It is literally like 6 things. and it helps you really prepare for your interviews, and it helps you kill your interviews, right? Everything that I do is never going to be super expensive because one, if you're trying to get out of education, clearly you're doing it for a reason and you want to make more money. So I'm not coming in trying to take all your money. The things that I do charge for, literally I have guest speakers that come in and, I bless them when they come in and bless you guys. So that's what that all is about. If you go and you click the link in my bio, everything is there, but most of all, it is affordable. But getting past that and the freebies, I'm here to answer questions until I do my small group session tonight. So any EdTech questions you have, from the smallest question to the biggest question, I'm literally going to be on here until about 7:20 just to answer your questions. So I do one-on-one sessions, like 30-minute sessions. You book with me, you reserve your spot, and then literally I go over resumes, help you with your career path, all those type of things. So one thing I will say coming in here, most people only know about 3 pathways, and I tell people when you're starting the EdTech, look into 3 pathways. Learning and development, so that's your training, your implementation, your onboarding, presenting, things of that nature. That's learning and development. Then you have customer success. Customer success has a little bit of sales in it, but you're really just nurturing those relationships and making sure that those clients are happy and you're able to assist them with anything that they need. You do that all the time in education, right? Right. The other thing is EdTech sales. So if you are somebody that loves to talk to people, you love getting out there, you're not shy, EdTech sales is really good for you. Those are the 3 pathways that most people take when they're trying to get into EdTech. But under the umbrella of each, there's so many other things, right? So I just want to make sure you guys know what's out there and what, like, all the things that you can do. I'll give you an example of the difference between EdTech and K-12. So when I was a K-12 assistant principal, literally my day-to-day was not my own. Even if I had my calendar organized and marked, something changes, a fight, whatever, and my day goes to shit, right? Hell in a handbasket real quick. EdTech, my meetings are on my schedule. And even though it's an 8-hour work week, I work when I have my meetings. Outside of that, I have the luxury of, working on things when I need to, and the luxury of my own time, taking care of my things around the house. I do work remote, and just really having a true life balance, making sure I can get up and work out. Sometimes it's 7 a.m., sometimes it's 6 a.m., sometimes at 9 a.m. because my day doesn't start to 10. And I'm not telling all this to y'all to be braggadocious. I'm telling this to y'all to let y'all know that y'all can come over here too. Like, there is space for y'all, but you got to stop being scared to leave the cushion of K-12. K-12 is amazing. K-12 is great. But let me tell you this, there's always going to be a need for teachers. And the way that it's looking now, there's going to be a definite need for teachers. So if you don't like the K-12, the EdTech space, you can always go back. But trust me, once you get over here, you will not. Okay, let's get these questions started. Do you have to be an admin to make the transition? Good question. So I was an assistant principal. My coworkers, literally, I have one coworker, she taught 2 years. You do not need to have administrative experience to work in this capacity. You are a leader in the classroom, so you have leadership experience. You just have to know how to translate that and transfer that whenever you're talking to people when you get into the rooms to interview, right? So no, your expertise is K-12. Your expertise is your math content, your language arts content, or the fact that you know how a school operates, right? So you, Tomboy Fine, you don't need that. If you have been a teacher for at least 2 to 3 years, you can pivot into EdTech. You do not need any extra certifications. You do not need another degree. Now, I do have a master's degree, but let me tell you, whenever I interviewed, that never came up. They never asked me, clearly they knew if I was an assistant principal, but, they never asked me about my credentials in that aspect. So a bachelor's degree is just fine to be in this space. Another thing is, if you guys are looking at the experience that you have, like, so let's just say you've been an educator for 10 years. A lot of y'all think that when you come into EdTech, you're going to come in with 0 years of experience. That is a lie. You're coming in with 10 years of experience. So that is mid to senior level experience that you're coming in with. You're not coming in as an entry, right? So a lot of people are scared to take a pay cut. You're not going to take a pay cut because if you've been teaching for a while, those are your years of experience. So you don't come in with 0. You come in with all the things that you have done. All right. So again, I'm hopping on here very quickly. I'm actually going to do a live with my small community. We're talking about interviews and all that type of stuff today. And they have homework every week, and we're going to go over it and do all the things. But I wanted to jump on here and answer any questions that you guys have, because going into a new career path, you know, everybody has the scaries and big feelings about it, and you don't know what to expect. So I'm your EdTech homegirl. I'm going to tell you honestly and realistically what's going on. Make sure you're sharing this with other educators, because again, the more educators know that they have options, the more you guys can exercise those options. You are not stuck on a classroom. You're not stuck in a classroom unless you want to be. You are not stuck on a campus unless you want to be. Okay? Hey, that's my EdTech friend. How you doing, girl? Also, later this month, for the small community, I am going to have a project manager come on, and she's going to give you guys insight on how to get into the role. She's not in ed tech, but she's in tech, so it's still the same thing. I'm also working on having a hiring manager or a recruiter friend that I have on here that's going to tell you how to contact these recruiters. And also I'm going to have a resume writer, if not this month, if not the end of this month, in the beginning of June. So the small community, we not playing over there. We getting it done, we get it in, and the goal is for you to graduate from being a student over there to being an alum, to where you have your ed tech job. So all of this stuff, and let me tell y'all this, right? Let me go on a rant real quick. Okay, so the community is $24.99 a month, right? Let me tell you why I even charge. I only charge because I pay people to do the lives with me, right? Because I try to bless people. Like, that's your time. I want to pay you for it. I'm not getting rich off of $24.99, y'all. I'm not. So I'm literally doing this to make sure y'all have what you need. If you look in my bio, it's freebies all over the place. Anytime you see me charging for anything, that's just so I can get other people to get on here and talk to y'all, right? I'm not trying to get rich off of this. I mean, I do think I'm going to do well because, you know, I'm doing it from the heart. But this isn't, I do other stuff. This isn't what I do to get money. All right, so I'm doing this to help y'all. All right, so drop those questions and make sure you're sharing this with, I just saw a question. Do you have to be an admin? Oh, I need help with resume interview. Do you offer one-on-one mentorship? So I do have a one-on-one coaching calls. They're like 30 minutes, because let's be honest, y'all, after 30 minutes, that's just too much information. So I do those. You can book that in my bio, and you tell me what you want to go over, and we can go over that, right? As far as one-on-one mentorship, no. And I say that because my group is so small that, like, I'm able to help everybody, and I bring in a lot of people that can help y'all in the areas that I'm not an expert. I'm not a hiring manager, right? So I bring people in that are. So, you know, that's the small community though. But again, if you want to book a one-on-one where you just like, hey, Derreka, I need help with my resume. Look at this. Does it look right? I can tell you if it's formatted right, if it'll pass ATS and all that type of stuff. Or if you want to know your career path. All right. So I appreciate those likes, double tapping. I'm here for it. Let's go. Because listen, the more y'all interact with me, the more I can interact with you and get y'all this information. All right. So, the background on me, if y'all don't know, I was an assistant principal, teacher. I did all the things. I was y'all. Literally, I was you. There's nothing that you have done, no feelings that you have felt that I have not felt. Oh, see, I'm allergic to that foolishness. The one thing about it is I got to a point where I just was tired. Like, teacher burnout is real. Admin burnout is real. Everybody talks about teacher burnout, but that admin burnout, thank you. I appreciate that. Bless you. Virtual bless you. The admin burnout is just as bad, because when you're a good admin and you're really trying to help people, I felt constricted. I felt like nothing I do is really going to help this problem. The problem is bigger than me, right? So I looked to do something else, and I didn't know what to do, but I wanted to use the skills that I had because I had 15 years of experience. And although I have a minor in business and I do some other things in that aspect, I was trying to really leverage the skills that I had to get more. And that's when I found out about EdTech. I will say this. Let me just give y'all an example of the difference between K-12 and EdTech. You know how you get your 7 days or your 10 days a year? If they like you in your district, they might give you 2 wellness days, something like that. I have unlimited PTO, right? And that sounds crazy, but when you are with companies that have unlimited PTO, like, most of the time you never have to use it because of the way things are structured. And I know that sounds crazy for educators to even think Like, what? What? You know what I mean? So, oh, somebody at the door, yeah. So, it's really like space for us out there, and it's not a dream. Like, y'all, people are really living like this to where, like, they are able to have ownership of time. Senior account executive in EdTech sales, 20 years, working sales, love it, and great money. Listen, thank you for dropping that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because people think I'm just saying stuff and like I'm making this up. It is amazing in that space. So an account executive is EdTech sales, right? So whoever just said 12 buckle my shoe 25, he was just saying, he or she, don't come after me. He or she is saying that basically, like, he's been doing this, they've been doing this for 20 years. And when you do sales, not only do you get your salary, you get commission too. So when you think of that, like, all these programs that are on your campus, like, whatever programs you use, even the programs you use to take attendance, somebody sold that to the district and they got paid for it. Hello. Oh, see, thank you, girl. I'm here for the girls getting them coins. Yes, unlimited PTO is amazing. And it's crazy. Like, when I first got into my role, I was like, what's the catch? Like, what you mean unlimited? It's a catch. It's not a catch. Like, people really live like this. Do you qualify for higher roles in EdTech if you were an AP, or does it not matter? So really, it depends on your skill set. Because I know some APs that really aren't knowledgeable. No shade to them. And I know some APs that are beasts, right? So it depends on how you leverage your transferable skills and the role that you're going after. So let me say this. If you're going after a learning and development role and you have a strong background in curriculum, you can get, whatever level you want to because you have the skill set. If you're trying to be an AE, which is an account executive, and you don't have any sales experience, but you get a role, you're not going to get the top role, right? You got to get in there, improve your skill set. So it's just like with everything else. Thank you. You know what? Thank you, girl. I appreciate you coming in and chiming in because I want people to see that it's not just me. She says skills and experience are more important than degrees when it comes to EdTech. And I'm trying to tell y'all, it really is. Like, what are your transferable skills? Can you articulate your transferable skills? Can you tell me what you did in that classroom and make it align with what you're trying to do with your job over here in tech? You will get a job. You will get a job. Most people think that it takes forever to transition to. With some people it does, and it's all about how you prepare yourself. When I was getting into EdTech, I knew nothing and I knew no one. So that's literally why I made this program with a small group and all the freebies that I give y'all, because I couldn't find anything that would help me, right? So I had to come up with my own strategy and all that type of stuff. It takes people usually 3 to 6 months to move. I did it in 2 months. So I had to come up with my own strategy and all that type of stuff. It takes people usually 3 to 6 months to move. I did it in 2 months. I was serious about it. I wasn't playing no games. Okay, so I'm coming in with experience telling y'all I know what I'm talking about, but most importantly, it's not about what I know. I'm trying to get y'all to realize you have the answers and you are able to do this. You just have to have confidence in yourself and be affirmed. Like she said, it's about skills and experience. It's not about degrees. So I hope that answered your question, Tomboy Fine, because, people think that you're just a teacher. You're not. You're just in the space that tells you you're just a teacher. When you go somewhere else, you realize teachers are so marketable because we work so hard and we do so many things. We do like 10 jobs in one day, when there's other people that do one of those jobs and gets paid way more for one of those jobs, right? And I don't blame teachers. Like, we have a heart of gold. We love to teach. We love to educate. And we love to get back. But after 15 years, I realized I love me more. And it was time for me to get just more balance and just more freedom. Freedom was more important to me than the title of being an assistant principal, So, because in EdTech, your titles sound crazy. They really do. But, I'm making more and I have more freedom to do this type of stuff with you guys. All right. Any more questions before we jump up? And 12 buckle my shoe 25. I'm going to follow you because anybody's in the EdTech community, they become my EdTech friends because you never know when we can collab and do all that. Large opportunities for teachers in PD and customer success. Yes. So I have a sales background because I sell real estate and do stuff like that, right? You don't have to go into sales. right? Like there are other pathways. Remember, I told you there's 3 main pathways. And customer success is one. Customer success, it trickles down into so many things. You can do client success, customer success, right? They're basically all the same thing, but they funnel down from there. Also, you have learning and development. And she just said it. In PD, if you can host a PD session, you can be in EdTech because there's literally people that implement programs. They have to teach people. Who's better to teach adults than teachers? Yeah. Where do you find opportunities? I'm interested in customer success. So if you look at some of my previous videos, and literally I don't have enough followers to have a series yet, but I do have like a saved playlist. And it's labeled. You can look under my stuff. It has all of it. But I answered that question in there. I give you the job boards. And every Friday, y'all, I actually drop positions that I found that align with people that have interacted with me during the week or people in my small EdTech group. I tell them like, hey, these are some jobs that y'all basically can hire or well, can look into. I might know somebody from networking and I can get them to give you a referral code. Right? So, because remember, if you have those referral codes, your stuff will be pulled quicker. That's another part of the strategy, and I teach y'all that in a small EdTech group. So, yes, girl, I can tell you right now, EdSkip is one. EdSkip.com. That is one. K through 12, Josh's Board Blast, I think it is. You can Google that. It'll pop up. Ed Surge, like EdSurge, Ed Surge. That's another... those are 3 that I know for sure have a lot of EdTech roles. Ask any PD trainer or sales rep AE who enters your building network. Yes, come on. That's what I'm talking about. So, yes, anybody that's coming in and that's actually like doing the presentations, talk to them. Like what they're not going to tell you no because they're excited to talk about it because they want people to come on. They want to get y'all on this side. Anytime somebody comes in, like we had Edmentum, we had Apex, we had Frontline, we had Aries, we had eSchools, any of those things, right? Just go up and talk to them. Everybody is super friendly because they're happy. Like they're not stressed. I mean, and there is stress in the job. I'm not going to sell you a dream and act like it's just a utopia. Every job has its ups and downs and stuff like that. But I would gladly be over here than back dealing with the kids. Hello. Thank you for your help. Just found your page and I love. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you so much. Like I really do it to like have y'all have that feeling because I was lost. And I feel like if I can give y'all some answers, you know, like God put it on my heart to do it. So I feel so lost, don't know where to start. I will be joining a small group. Yay! Come on over to the small group. Yes, I'm here for it. And like I said, I am going to partner with people that are in EdTech. So you just won't hear my story, right? I need you to hear other people's stories so they can tell you how they got in. They might have had a different strategy, but I can guarantee we align with so many things. Also, don't forget to go to my link. I'm here for you to join the EdTech group. I love that. Get the freebies too. Right? I worked on those freebies. I did them for a reason. Get the freebies so you can also prepare yourself that way. I'm a giver at heart when it comes to this because I want us all to win. As my man always tells everybody, I can bring you to the water, but I can't make you drink. But I'm going to bring you to the water. Okay? So I think I'm getting close to 7:30. I got to go over here with my people, with my small EdTech group. Make sure you follow me and then engage with me, y'all, on my posts and stuff like that. I'm an open person. I'm not super bougie, you know, a little AK-ish, but I'm not super bougie, anything like that. I'm here to help y'all and I'm here to grow this community of amazing people because there's so many amazing educators that I know that should definitely be over here. And thank you, 12 Buckle My Shoe 25. You were so dope. I'm following you as soon as we get through with this. Thank you for coming on here and telling people the real because this is a real place and it is amazing over here in the EdTech space and I want them to know that. So thank you for affirming what I was saying and they can see it. It's not just me. You know, other people love what they do too. So again, y'all, thank y'all for jumping on this live with me. I will be live again. I'm always live on Mondays. And I'm always here to help. So go to my link, download those free 99. It costs you nothing but a click. Get those downloadables and also consider joining the EdTech group. And if not, just join my general group on Facebook so you can also get freebies. Join me here because I'm always giving out free information on TikTok as well. Monday, I will be live at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Y'all have an amazing weekend, and make sure y'all are getting yourselves together so y'all can get over here in this EdTech space. Bye, guys. Have a great one.